Hello everybody and welcome back to the last two rounds of TTML Season 1 here in Division 2. We start off at USA Coda in qualifying, and as you can see, that was my first attempt. I choked at the penultimate corner, got an invalidation. Now in the second run, turn 1 was already quite a bit shaky, and then into the S section, nice corner cut, invalidate as well. So that's my second lap bottled. I picked the wrong compounds as well. I chose balance, I think, where I only got like 3 sets of softs, so I only had one run to go. This is my final run. The lap wasn't good, and yet again penultimate corner cut, and yeah, no time set. So that's me finishing qualifying, I think, in P14 as it comes up now. Yeah, P14, so at least I can go onto the alternative strategy and start mediums, but still not a good position to start this race. And as I gonna find out, these medium tires are quite slow compared to the softs, at least compared to fresh softs. You will see that later on. Note on the start, quite decent on the launch, then a little bit of wheel spin, but okay. Now it's just a fact of don't brake too late. We managed that quite well. Managed to pick up 2 positions at the moment. We have a Mercedes on the inside and the second one as well. Left a bit of room, managed to maintain the position. Now just try to stay clean, don't get any damage on the first lap, because it's gonna ruin your race, especially in the S section where you need all the downforce. Meta had an incident there. I don't know, I think he lost it by himself. I had to get off the throttle to avoid contact with Dylan. No, Dennis on main side, I had to give him room. And yeah, I thought in mind. I was thinking about going back past, but I thought better of it, because I already felt that they were quite a bit better on traction, all of the slow corners, so I was trying to stick to them and came back later in the stint. As you can see, I almost out of DRS on lap 4, and now Dan and Dylan come together, managed to pick up the pieces. Now I completely lost contact to the guys ahead. That's basically the theme for my first stint. I was on my own, the pace was not good. As you can see, 35.5, I think it should have been at least in the low 35s for a good lap time. Now Scuba managed to catch up after his pit stop. I half defended it, but yeah, there was not much point in really fighting that too hard. Now my teammate is behind me. I accidentally floored the throttle quite hard and lost the rear, so he got by as well. At the end of the lap I decided to pit and go onto the set of softs. I only had used softs, so that wasn't ideal either, but it's the way it is. So we are now down to P8, and I think the Williams is getting by as well. So P9, I think I was in P9 or before everyone was pitting, so at least nothing lost apart from quite a bit of time. So on that same lap I already caught up to Adam ahead and managed to get by. And I'm gonna break myself in the process, but I at least stayed ahead of him. And you can see on the map that the 2 guys ahead are not too far away, but I think maximum is P6 at this race. And a few laps later I managed to catch up to Merck and Suidema, and I was struggling on the back straight. My top speed was not good, as you can see here, so I decided to went for a quite ambitious one into turn 1. Yeah, I missed my braking point, locked up, hit his side pods, half spun. Thankfully no damage for either of us, so just a few seconds I lost in the spin. As you can see in the replay, it's this black box on the right coming out there where I should be braking, at least. And I don't know, I reacted because of the safety car line, which is way too late. Yeah, I slid into the back. At least I didn't T-bone him, but yeah, that was quite disgraceful, to be honest. Now lap 25 we got a safety car, not sure why, quite weird. But at least it gave us the opportunity to catch back up. I had those soft tires on, they were quite worn, but they were still quite decent compared to those on the mediums. But I think I had a penalty at this point, Zidema didn't, and I didn't know about guys ahead, and I couldn't really do anything without DRS. And in this moment I decided to back off because I didn't wanna mess it up again like I did before. And he wasn't on a penalty. Apparently now he's on 20 because of speeding by the safety car. So there was no point in making a move anyway, because I would get by him at the end. So we are coming up to the line on P8 and we finished P7. Yeah, it wasn't a good race, the pace wasn't good, my driving wasn't good. Drive off the bay, apparently due to the game, but yeah, I wouldn't say that. That was quite disgraceful, to be honest. I'm not sure why. I said it wasn't good, my driving wasn't good either. Although I quite enjoyed the track, but yeah, it wasn't good. One penalty less and I would have been like P5, but yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference, P5, 6 or 7. It was all lost in qualifying and by choosing the wrong setup in the process. Yeah, now we're moving on to the final race in Brazil, and as you can see on the weather forecast we have rain in the race, at some stage at least. 20 minutes in it's still dry, so that's quite a challenge. And as you can see on my wheel, on the bottom, it's quite wiggling around. I didn't know what was going on at this stage, and it was quite distracting. I couldn't really attack, because it was quite off-putting for me, because this was not due to my force speed pick for the on-track effects to be too high. It didn't change anything there. And yeah, I tried to fix it, but as you can see, this is my third run, I think, and it's still there. Yeah, I touched the grass there, that's why I spun. It's not a curb, that's what me touching the grass. Yeah, that's 3 out of 4 attempts in quali blown. As you can see here, I tried to pause this game to change the settings again, and the AI took over and didn't want to dive into the pit lane at this stage. So I lost my wing, had to carry on without the wing. And now we are in the settings. I didn't know what was the cause of the issue, so I was switching around my force feedback settings, and as you can see there down where steering is, it's moving around a little bit from, I don't know, 0 to 1 and 2, although it wasn't me turning around, so that was the issue. But I don't know why it occurred, so I decided to unplug the wheel completely, put it back in, and for some reason it fixed itself, as you can see here. Yeah, it's not moving around, but unfortunately it was too late in the session, so I couldn't do another run. So that's me now sitting in P14 again, but at least I can choose which the tires I want to start on, and I picked the mediums. In hindsight it was a mistake, but it didn't really matter at the end, as you will see, because the 3 guys ahead are on hards and they would have got it right. Now the lights coming on. Last round, Brazil, and quite a poor start considering the guys that are on hards, and you can see I'm already down to P15. Joe is backing off as he usually does, and yeah, we maintain P14. We lost the position to James and we got ahead of Joe. At least no damage. Now it's just a thing of getting into the rhythm, because I quite struggle around this place. I've never been good around this track, I don't know, I'm lacking confidence. Especially first sector, I'm always a few tenths off in the center S. Middle sector is okay, but not brilliant. And we have an incident ahead, I don't know, Adam got damaged, I think, from someone. Not sure what happened there. But he stays ahead and stayed out, I think. And yeah, nice braking there. Sick line through that corner, I think I broke on the grass. But anyway, we're now in lap 9, if I can see that right. And Harry had an issue. I got by him. Now we're behind James. And we lost contact with the guys ahead already, which is not ideal. On the following lap, I decided to went for a move, and accidentally I pressed the wrong button. Instead of the S, I pressed the button for changing the camera angle. And yeah, slightly lock up into turn 1. And here's the issue, I kept on getting a bad exit out of the corner. As you can see, it's quite close. I thought about using overtake, but I then saw he's closing up so quickly, so I thought there was no point in trying to defend this one. So I decided to go for another attempt on the following DRS straight. This time focusing on a better exit out of turn 2. I stayed in third this time. I think it was a little bit better, but a little bit too much curb and yeah, too much throttle as well, and then too much brakes because I didn't want to hit the wall, but I locked up so I couldn't turn anymore. I hit the wall. Orange wing damage, I think, and yeah.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time.
10 minutes, but I didn't wanna carry on with this wing, and then you don't even know if it's actually coming in 10 minutes. Could be 15 or 20. It's not that accurate, to be honest. And yeah, so I decided to change the wing, go on a set of softs, because those tires, at least new tires, last quite long. I think you can go up to like 15 laps on a new set if you can stretch them. So I should be fine to get to the wet period without having to pit again. But as you can see, top left, we're in last position. And yeah, lap 25, we got a VSC because both Williams crashed out of turn 4, that is. And I wouldn't have made it until this stage of the race on the medium set, which I started on. So it wouldn't have made much of a difference, to be honest, whether I pitted or not with the wing damage, or whether I got damage as well, because I had to pit anyway at some stage in the first stint. So lap 25, we're going into the pit now to change onto intermediates. I think my teammate was in the pit, so I'm gonna get held a little bit, but I don't think it makes much of a difference, because the only position I can gain is the position from Harry ahead. The guys that are way too far get anywhere near that, and Joe is quite a bit behind, so we're not under threat of losing this position. And apart from blowing it in the pit lane almost, that was quite scary, to be honest, but a good save at least. And lap 32, Harry makes a mistake, I got by into P10, but that's about it. I couldn't do anything more. The pace in wet in comparison to dry pace was a little bit better, but still not quite good. And yeah, overall quite disappointing those last 2 or 3 races. I hope it's really better in the next season, which starts I think in 2 weeks in Bahrain. Yeah, that's P10 for me. No penalties in this race, which is good. That's something to build on for the next season. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one in 2 weeks. Bye bye.